What happened while we were away, brought to you by tectonic shifts. The Department of Health and Human Services, notably the CDC, seems to be going through a phase of good turmoil. CDC Director Susan Menarez is out. People like Dr. Monkeypox Leather Daddy, a.k.a. Dimitri Daskalakis, is out and whining about it. And President Trump is signaling a change in his thinking about Operation Warp Speed. In a post on Truth Social, he said, quote, "It's very important that the drug companies justify the success of their various COVID drugs. Many people think they are a miracle that saved millions of lives. Others disagree. With CDC being ripped apart over this question, I want the answer, and I want it now. I've been shown information from Pfizer and others that is extraordinary, but they never seem to show these results to the public. Why not? They seem to go off to the next hunt and let everyone rip themselves apart, including Bobby Kennedy Jr. and CDC, trying to figure out the successes or failures of the drug companies' COVID work. They show me great numbers and results, but they don't seem to be showing them to many others. I want them to show them now to CDC and the public and clear up this mess one way or another. I hope Operation Warp Speed was as brilliant as many say it was. If not, we all want to know about it and why." End quote. And that's a post on Truth Social from over the weekend from President Trump. Over the weekend as well, we heard from many voices from within MAHA, including FDA Commissioner Marty Makary, NIH Director Jay Bhattacharya, HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and others. But Florida Surgeon General Joe Ladapo addressed the ongoing shakeups at CDC from the outside looking in.
So I think it was yesterday, there was this rally, if you will, with a bunch of CDC employees leaving their office and going to support these leaders that have resigned. And, I listened to what they had to say, and there's this cultish relationship with vaccines, and this leadership is just unable to objectively evaluate science. And when it comes to vaccines, it's just there's only one possible answer. And if the science doesn't agree, then the science needs to be bent. So that you need good leaders who can objectively look at the science.
Moving on, according to independent journalist Andy No, it wasn't Annunciation school shooter Robert Westman's mother who was affirming of his descent into gender madness, but his father, James Westman. Robert Westman's parents, James and Mary, had been divorced for some time. We also learned since we last spoke, Robert Westman wrote about his regret over attempting to become a woman. We're now learning more about the victims of that illegal U-turn made by an Indian illegal alien truck driver in Florida a couple of weeks ago. You'll recall illegal alien Harjinder Singh made that illegal U-turn at highway speeds, causing a minivan to crash into his trailer, killing 3. We now know the 3 victims were immigrants from Haiti. The driver was in the country technically legally, while the immigration status of the other 2 victims is not known. A new Gallup tracking poll shows 76% of Republicans surveyed are happy with the direction of the country. 0% of Democrats say the same. That's a new record low. Also a new low, according to the Wall Street Journal, only 37% of American adults reported having sex on a weekly basis or more. Learning Chinese today. Today's phrase is something, 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 sexual revolution.
某某某性革命.
The Department of Housing and Urban Development is making a change to Section 8 housing policies, requiring proof of citizenship to acquire such benefits. Checking in on Chicago, where, as President Trump pointed out on Truth Social this morning, 54 people were shot over the weekend. Here's Mayor Brandon Johnson with a little Monday morning treason.
Are you prepared to defend this land that was built by slaves, a land that was built by indigenous people, a land that is built by workers? Are you prepared to defend this land? The people united will always prevail. I need you all to stand firm, to stand strong if this president decides to continue.
Trump in recent days signaled that after D.C., Chicago might be the focus of his crime crackdown. He's set to make some sort of an announcement from the Oval Office this afternoon. And finally, the more you know.
Ever wonder how they get the spice out of the pumpkins? Wonder no more.
And that's what happened while we were away.